Welcome to Business Reporter's digital transformation campaign. Business leaders across industries are under pressure to deliver growth and cut costs. But many have realised that the very technology meant to save them money is doing the opposite. Freshworks is on a mission to uncomplicate technology and ensure that organisations, regardless of size or sector, can deliver exceptional customer and employee experiences without the burden of complexity. This mission is brought to life through trusted partnerships with over 74,000 organisations worldwide, including McLaren Racing, DHL, Bridgestone, New Balance, Nucor, S&P Global and Sony Music. Today we're joined by Simon Morris, Solutions Engineering Leader for Europe at Freshworks, to explore how organisations can reclaim control by uncomplicating enterprise software, making AI practical and turning technology into a driver of efficiency. Simon, welcome. Simon, Freshworks' mission is to, quote, uncomplicate enterprise software. What exactly do you mean by that, and why is it, do you think, so critical in today's macroeconomic climate?
Well, hi Georgie, thanks for having me today. I think this is a really tough time for business leaders at the moment. There's lots of costs and change in their businesses. So whether it's economics or regulatory change, whether it's the rise in expectations of their customers and their employees. And against all of that, you've got the backdrop of AI, which is moving furiously fast. I think it's really difficult for all businesses. And what is holding them back from being able to change, from having the agility, is complex systems. Complexity in business raises your operating costs. It means you have to deal with legacy problems that you just don't want to deal with. It's not your core business. And fundamentally, we're seeing all of our customers spending too much on running complex businesses and not spending enough on innovation and change. And in the world of AI, that's a real missed opportunity for them.
How did we get to a situation where it is so complex, and what impact is that actually having on businesses?
Well, part of it is the decades of applying more and more technology. And now it feels like a big ball of yarn that looks really difficult to manage and hard to unpick. We're seeing that a lot of legacy software vendors add more and more features to their offering. Actually, they're overshooting what most companies that we deal with need. And companies really benefit from an uncomplicated solution. Well, we work with Travis Perkins. They are a nationwide building supplier. They had a legacy software vendor for almost 10 years. It took them 1 year to get implemented, and it got more and more complex the longer they had it. And they ended up with a whole team of people just managing this really complex platform. They came to Freshworks, were able to get them live with our platform in less than 3 months, and now they have less people managing complexity and more people that are dealing with customer issues, creating value for their colleagues and their customers.
So you come in, you implement this new platform, but who's to say in, 10 years' time, you don't just have to keep bolting on, and we're back to the same old complex system?
Well, this is a journey for our customers. Yeah. We're with them all the way. We are committed to a philosophy of remaining uncomplicated. So our offering will grow, but with that core principle of making it easy to use. Yeah, it's not inexpensive to maintain. You don't need a whole team of people dedicated to managing this platform. You can focus as a customer on automating the work, creating better experiences for your colleagues, and actually diverting the cost of running IT into change and into innovation.
How can you ensure that, though? Talk me through, if you would, the journey with you. That might be a good place to start. If I was a company, I was coming to you, walk me through the process of what I could actually expect.
Well, we built this platform called Fresh Service. It's an AI platform for running IT, but also other parts of the business as well. You could manage HR or other operational parts of the business. We would work with you on where you are today. This is a journey. So where do you suffer from complexity? So where does work get stuck, doesn't flow through the business? Where do you really struggle to make high quality decisions in data? Where do you have difficult experiences that people just don't enjoy using? I've seen in IT worlds that people would rather deal with an issue than have to deal with IT because it's less pain. That's not a good experience, and it stops people from getting their work done. So we understand where you are today. We have best practice IT processes and people processes, managing your HR operations. And then we go on this journey to move you to our platform, to migrate your data, and we can do that really quickly.
When we talk about AI, we tend to forget the human oftentimes. Is that what you do?
No, I believe that people will still be at the centre of our businesses in 5 years' time. AI is going to change business, but we as leaders have to keep people at the forefront of our strategy, of our designs and of our implementation. So we've got to find ways of giving people more time to do their best work. We've got to find the sources of friction and frustration, low value work that isn't worth doing anyway. That's the kind of work that machines love to do. So examples, finding the answers to questions that are commonly asked by our customers. Let's get AI to do that for us. Let's get our people focused on more complex problems that they are great at solving. Let's give our people more time to do what it is that they enjoy to do. I think every interaction with a company is like looking through a little gap in the fence. You can see inside that business. And if it's complex, if people are spending time doing work they don't enjoy doing, that shines through into that customer experience. Let's make work better for people.
This sounds rather disruptive and costly. What would you say to a company that says, you know what, I do have legacy systems, but they're working all right for me right now?
We can minimise that disruption. Absolutely. This is what we do. You know, we help customers adopt new platforms and get to a simpler state. I wouldn't focus on the cost of change and the disruption. It is the ongoing maintenance and management of a less complicated system that will reap the benefits in the future.
One of the big stumbling blocks to really making the most of AI is not the technology, it's mindset, it's communication with workers, it's culture. How do you begin to change that if you want to start to uncomplicate your systems?
Well, this is not a technology challenge, it is a business change and it's a people challenge. And I think it starts with commitment. So commitment to people, that their jobs are still very valid and have a future. Commitment to simplicity and a commitment to erasing the kind of work that people shouldn't be doing anyway. We don't want people doing mind-numbing, repetitive work that computers are far better at doing. So it starts with commitment. It starts with investigating where we have problems and frustrations and friction, moments of low value and high costs in our business, and then a commitment to remove those moments, to automate, to add AI. But when you do it on a single platform that is dedicated to doing things in an uncomplicated way, you end up in a much more manageable and agile end state.
So what's one piece of advice then you'd give leaders or companies that are looking to uncomplicate their technology systems?
I think it's a commitment to change. It is that mindset of automation and removing waste. It's a commitment not to live in the status quo when the status quo is really complicated and really expensive, but a commitment to change the status quo. And that involves changing people. It involves changing processes and practices, but it means a commitment to automation. So let's get people doing the things they love to do in their jobs rather than dealing with, the stuff that no one really wants to do and the computer's really good at.
Simon, thank you so much for your time and your insights.
Thank you, Georgie.
That was Simon Morris from Freshworks.